dan mu no adwumaden ahobrɛase ɛne nyamesuro nyamesuro a interest say bi oyɛ bɔfo na perfect but nyamesuro interest say onim say bibia wo nyamensem obo homode a ono so bɛyɛ den obɛpia nti in all positions am holding no nipa na no ho ya me first me sure say office be ma me no omo am de yi adwuma no be feel say they are appreciated omo ye nipa obo o ma wo ena gidi so wo omomu ena ebo ama almost every place am call nyame adom we are able to make sure say ye niama nipa ni so is because me the respect ma omo am de yi adwuma na me mfa ne say me nim bibia me yes so obi amfa na adwen bra na together no we can make progress nti oko health insurance say me am in come me ho but nyame adom nyama we bring both in terms of fiscal infrastructure and workers say wo Kolebu na me board chairman at the time me ko Kolebu as board chairman no nkofo be frame say o papa o say on renew political career na aye president Kufuor o person na me see then I say oh no by bia wo ko no professor skra ko ho a enchena asemaba na wo 35 kra onya that I was 35 36 years but na minim say Dr. Martin Luther King okan bibi o see obia timi ye leader because obia timi som o share leadership say okosoma unsuro go ofie na osum obia eso be na omu som no chese koye mami pacho mi das na wa ya ba so we mu mami nti som de eso nim na me ko Kolebu no me kan de hye Yakobon nyam say the most difficult idea na ma Kolebu aye gidigidi no nyame maami nyansa ma me di Kolebu for yedwuma ma yesisa aye then na yesade before me ko Kolebu no mfa me show book e wo ho my friend with the mother in the monster book no kire say monster na Kolebu omo hu no abataye aye mba saa odo na abataye e wo no mu ba o siesie ni ama na saa de ne be den ebe dedi na Kolebu no na problem ba ko mo won say all do hu Kolebu saa no ipenufo hwe Kolebu so nyina enye Kolebu mpenufo na elected one and I select one a University of Ghana vice chancellor in a one because Kolebu medical school no a close me wa hwe krata a govern Kolebu which is the act no e see board no in consultation with the university and I be selecting heads of the department
so be one side
exactly now o ye penyi wo fie na mo hwe departments wo fie nyina obi fofo na yom ba o me na tie o enti before
unti hawase ntimi wu
before me ko Kolebu no na sebi department head bi aye oga wo ne fie obi timi tu department mu se wa tu me na mo nyejuma asi yo nya we
wow
so me frame meeting na me catch omo na say ade we ade a wo say yensisa omo say doctor ade we starting 50 years since na wo from titi me say oh I know but ade we enfamra kwan so mo nhwemra no kakakra ebi mu nti ase ba ye ema ena Ayeka say obi a wo Kolebu a report to medical director or not to report it to CEO. Vice chancellor some in
so there's a channel of communication
exactly and once the structure is in order there is calm and they say you know in fact CEO to me call it 1 year na Kolebu ye juma
enye say onipa ba akofo eni ho na bibia ye
exactly enti because odi saa suba ni ko se ukosuma uti obia kasa na wa kireo na saa na medical Ministry of Health ministry nyame adom na I was there as deputy minister 2020 2021 man retain me seat no and I say okay doctor ka ojuwa ho me kakra me ba back omo nyina say doctor kwa aba ya fo odi ni partner year de bia o hwe se obesa ye den aba enti adi ba ko bia president Kufuor ka chere me enna me de be o si doctor politics ay ye pense nipa enye yi enti de esi enra men ma how men kasa ho bebre de ewo ye ni mene ene de eda ye ni eno na ehia na hwe kwan a men bo nipa wa betwem no men titi no bebre ba hwe de wo so betima ye den ayafa so we are here to make sure say Ghana for ebedi and the same people no de ewo ma onu kakra but my ye mfi say ya ye no anyina ewie no de nti a ye wo ha say obi a o hwe from ebia sebio sewia say hospital no MPP na anye ni you NDC na ono so die o de yan say ena na o chena no adichi a omunti nye den enko obi ananko no so tenefie a se bi do bedi edin no yaye ma no se na wie no ontimi nko report on duty no no so kufia na busuafo no ngi se oh yes bi sika hwe ho no mfaso aye den
abaso amai
these are some of the things we have to
okay we your national service under President Kofo sape no na unim se version bi wo eye Dr. Bernardo Koboy ho anka eka wonko anka mba eye public space da ana hu ne se eye esane ewi asenete ade bi wo ho no ma wi free mu a enyeye nti eye de na baba be pia bonti se bibi sa ba ya eye de ade version be na na wo ho a epie
oh de be kan ni se we asi ukosusun ade a obeye position for many great things
okay
nyama ne bia esi ye no man down dream say besi but oh to say bia Ayeka say national health insurance kosum
okay
Ayeka say oh in fact me starting me be a medical school somewhere 2008-9 me started me home chairman yosem no nan de nan me dream say oh e bia 10-15 years bi ansa na me so parliament me ko nan so me de me nwa mo sha si wo lejoku teshi ba mo say doctor awon keka we de nsha bi da o yenti me 10 years sisi akogina so the me kan say unya ambrase suade na odi nipa tene yi a nipa na be boa ma wa den wako enim so me hu ni say niam aba me we no eye me ma hu din ana me nyanse bi but the me metimi account paper say me obi a me pa desua me dey kasa yi nyame adom just 2024 and me we me PhD
oh
enti media no nyame adom doctor no mienu
doctor
and doctor med
oh okay
doctor PhD and sana beba na the AS ni say
wow
time me ba we PhD somewhere 2022-2023 na me ye law nso tina na mana ye bebre nti me catch law for no say omon train nti me defer
nti we obesan hoto aso
na me call program na me share papa bi o say doctor ade na umba school na me so school ben o say me kan na o chairman dey wo law school na me mbomodi na me ko wi ndi ye ka say masako classroom
wow
enti de me ka enti na me ka say me obi a me pese de bia no me ntina obi ase no nkyere me ade na o kyena e bia saa de wa kyerɛ no e ho be de be ba mfaso time 2019 me prepare for 2020 election na me ye MBA e wa Accra Business School e wo mo na makasa ade we mi nkoso ana because obra wo mu na me say o de ewie MBA no e kan e boae ansa na me call national health insurance because a big national organization we hear managerial experience enti na me sua for MBA no na me nim se be hia me kwan so enti nyame adom no me kan se de bia onye opportunity a suade doctor no kra no papa bi o lego wa fam say PhD ni fufu o ha me hwe se metumi enu aba hye mu a timbe se me ntwen na me no na me ko hwe se hospital na metumi
I see
obia no yase no e wo se unsuade
okay
na ahobrase e na e ma unsuade cause ugo suade pe se wa gya tum se ye wo bia onim de no e wo fo enti that attitude no e boa na ye nyina suade a e be ma oman no
yakoyenim wo kase sie ya na wo kase 2019 na wo ye wo MBA you know health insurance or about wakwemo no ye share 2020 wo lose elections no that time na wo ye you know wo abemu and wo hold you know position we be kase se ba no resource visibility institutional you know access wo e ba ne say en leje kuku wo lose ye
on 2016 now there was a wind of change gather nyina so musisemu now so ba le jojo kuku nkwa sebi eba presidential o man sisemu John Mahama na win here his excellency president Mahama nya 45,000 ena president Nana Akufo-Addo nya 43 enti anka obia etu ma John Mahama ekoto ma NDC candidate na ka me wini ba mini nya 45,000 ena onu nya 43 na skirt and blouse enti nyame adom no na ejuma me ye na ma appeal esu sabi chain even me party brand because the presidential candidate enya and eche party na won dey or constituency enti anka sebio woteshi ho no anka me popularity to say President Akufo-Addo anka o say me so me nya 43 na onya aye no ba onu nya 43 no me nya 45 and I be the call parliament now meaning say constituency president omu two ma NDC ntino na meaning say constituency a adwuma kese edam so because sometimes we cry a wind of change just say you call another election na wind of change one hwa na omo asa akọ omo dada no nti account na me obi so bia wo teshia na me the only MP me the bicycle and etwi wo constituency na monitor me ride bicycle sometimes from 8 in the morning coffee 8 in the evening 12 hours
what the bicycle then am
obi so bia wo teshia oh shop na ma park na ma saying in fact me yesama me nam sumu kra
obitimi
e twemo mo si doctor na e kono wow we confirm me say car dey o twemo wan hwa a chance na o break bicycle dey o twi break pe na o gina ho enti sebi dey o say nipa nya bia me dey o mo ye den eye but adiba kwa me kan say me plane o me nemu Ghana ha ye were places are abaye to no sebi bebre na nya dey o ye na o mo di to aba
sir
oh say obvious
okay see constituency no one of it na
there were many people in my constituency sebi o omo hwe party a owo na omo di to aba
oh okay then my nya strongholds
exactly
yes
exactly
but dog e be so who ne say politicians mo be peto me na and you mo dey da from bremo ho ase about the moment to me the baba come on na afi mo jasa gap no between mo ne o constituents
who say Dr. Koboy me MP no na me nin say sa kasa no ho e na me no ade ba kwa me chin ni say obi be ka say o me hwe wa e bia onye de o present no obesisa na sebi nipa na kasa be mu me obi a me penipa asem na me pese for the first time teaching for who say sa ade na Ayeka no enye obi a no tisa enti me the only MP a obeba park so na ma ba mayi mi ni ama me kita me sure me de omo bobo enye se me hwe me de omo bo obi kura se bitimi twa na watofom na waka kuse me de omo ye bibia ye di nipa ye na nso se na me ka no ebi wo ho a okoto aba na ma miensa na me ka number 1 obi wo ho a ohwe wejuma
okay
obi so sebi obeka se NDC na wo enti onim se obomodi na nso sebi obi kura ti me ka se doctor me sire wo media ha na me wo anka meto ma na nso me wo ha ena number 3 NDC fache bi omo ye party a by election a omo papapa se na ye kwa ye fa so asebi e be dada nipa na omo ye very good omo NDC betima akofa asema to so a enni wiase na nso election mu enu no obi ade yejuma me say me ko 2020 kasa bebre techi for ni say okoboy na nsi man ye mo ndi afahye
e ka to so na no waka bibisa na
to me be na no wa make say President Akufo-Addo ye announcement to kaya as part of COVID issues say festivals in amanyina ye enjoy because e yare no se dom sia na etime de etre e na me so me ho no festival no e dom thousands a omo chi omo dwane koba e na se be ye ko election and this for the two you say master okoboy no si mamu ndi afashe e ma ebi mu kra ko di afashe no e ko abontin ma police for the omo ko ye gidigidi ye di e route nse me nkofo no so ebi mu se be omo nya easy sa obezo control mo omo di police for face so omo ko fancy o share by ye say so share car no ko go na driving the car same to me so be brave
but what is it pe jemo no
oh
party me so we invite to a womba
say
naming ceremony no and the womba
nipa anye de oso nya obepa bibi as excuse no obi a me ball o park so obi a me di bicycle achi no ko jemo no me su che no ana se invite me me na aba enti na ye kasa na ye kompo no ma ye interview ebi mo so na onu kwa na wako school on call obi so mbra enu na obi enti me jitum so mo ye me nkrofo enti me no me hu ni se nyankopon di mi ko school na wo hu se na nipa se bi e den eti na ejuma we uye no nkwanyina politics and retirement enti ye chew ade a ye di ntema e ma wo hwe wo hu so ye e wo na sana 2020 election President Akufo-Addo nya 50,000 votes ena President Mahama nya 59,000 in 2020 e wo lejikuku President Mahama di 9,000 ena etwi nanamu de eche ni say 2020 ana fellow Ghanaians Ekufo-Addo free SHS are popular no ye di 9,000 ena edi ni kan chese Okoboy me as popular as Ekufo-Addo nkwa anka vote anka wo say me nya 50,000 cause na nya na nso me nya 54,200 votes Emma me opponent no winning MP no onya 55,300 difference or the beating me was less than 2,000 into me nya 4,000 plus votes more than Ekufo-Addo just like the first election now so still na ye dimani dentia e chese e ho edi enyi obia no call 2020 election onya vote more than Nana in fact the entire party no impanyifo no bi hia ya omka se obi o lose ni seat ye manu minister position is say me you see bebre party no win here Nana win here IHS party na won dey was so na so we share parliament na ya den ye lose enu sa no kohwe mu a eyen tokwani watin wakame enti party ni ka say eba ni say na ye win seats bebre amoma seat na ko uko central there were about 5 of such seats ayenso ano eastern region na Ekufo-Addo there about 11 or 12,000 ena win obehwe parliamentary na seat no ko enti my party ni ka say dey bi se sa suban na ekọ so dia wo bia olozo seat no tinefie all the win power na mo fansu ade sa de no ko kan ye bi mu a sebi ye ho no nye se ye ko daaye ye jumadin enti na lejukuku no mi one na so me one because constituency 2016 we asin nyina say esise mu mo de NDC no mtu man che se one hwe your message den akomo dedem na nka me simi nkobiom ena obi ka say doctor one nkobiom dia 2024 hina biom na yakwakofa ama wagina because me hwe de me year 2020 a omanto ena me say well ebusia bi ya ye kwa ako a e wo so obi nkogina ena 2020 nso me de me message call here 2020 nso ohwa results no na 2020 de won say na sebi na inkofo bofu ye kaka enti president Mahama nya about 63,000 Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia nya about 30,000 33 or so thousand difference no was about 30,000 votes say from the word go so party the onya na edi mawa o de 30,000 or so but nyamia dom because of minanti do sana mi dom ti nya 42,000 votes Emma candidate nya about 51 so minya over 10,000 votes plus more than until there were 10,000 people omu two ma NDC omu say omu farmer NDC omu ni mo Okoboy who's the department here ebi mutimi hu say bebre o omu ni say Okoboy na betima iduma na nso media NDC na me wo ena me do ka say me can say nyame adom masom makotre elections you asi usua dia odi ko ani me can say me coverage ngofo bebre frame Doctor one body obi ani ho ye nhwe ni nyina ya adusua enti constituency e ho na me free so I wish them well
okay
ebi ameko no nyame mami opportunity bi amede bi we be fie e na Ayeka say u collect my hospital chair obi tie no frewa nyame adomi wo health insurance na wo say nsi national office for claims ebi a hospital strength for one giska na ya hwe asase saa ye nya bi won kan me use me position say na me dia himfoniti edomu tenase en negotiate ye ema district health office bi owo esi asase kese so no minkite wonu with Ghana service mitimi bidio mu kasa ma ye bubu dan dada no ama ye rezi edan a about 5-story ultra modern office e dia bateshi e so mo mu ye ejuma close to 200 workers so bi aso yo bateshi e dia ejuma economy e mo to ade car den ti na me be fie because udi ade be fie den eye enti me de bia amekono nyame ma me opportunity a me re mfifie na nso ye ntena faako emfanye akokora mitina kuma sika kanka wa na me be na abakaka
ye share me person me hu among areas a ukoye ejuma na se ukọ hede ye no why deputy minister why Kolebu board chair NHI boss what be health minister sa ahenyina de wo hefa pa na wo beka se amawo an in-depth for ebano health sector na hefa pa na amawo disua.
I think to a large extent no make say health insurance unse menim say nyankopon share almost every place I call you know manya so much time to really do some of the things I wanted to do. So here, me a deputy minister, now 6 months to election, 2020, and I am deputy minister. Somewhere April or May. Inti more or less not COVID fighting. I'm called why a buying na near Manyamia dom enkoye. Young election and I see one we need to see Tinti. What you want? Health insurance because somewhere 2022 or so. Maybe 1 year, I think 4 months. No all know I see national security. I mean information say confidence no or say health no. There was some name I mean call. And within 1 year, 4 months, you see health. Me call health now about June, July. Now 6 months to election. So the only place I mean the opportunity to start to train, build people, systems and things. Health insurance. Now Adibakwa me can edition and Yankubu say me call health insurance no. I brought transparency to organization na sena ni niama. And I'm comfortable nim me use diplomacy to make sure say insurance na problem kese ba ko say no mo sika no finance minister still be say omo just scanner say na scanner so nti na I say okita obi sika fanadi man na say twen kakra no mo release but what I did was that and a lot of people didn't know me share some of your donor partners like World Bank some from the IMF and a few people are not finance ministry no etie won because someone no mo this sky dem every and I'm catch say Adibako high pa ewo health insurance and say GSC kana e brand say na ye say eka na me pese omo emboa na yemfa sika e release by insurance no any one of the conditions for releasing money to the government of Ghana. Or they're quiet because who can report to finance minister say no my first come mamia one wow who government and two finance minister Bufuwa obe bre papa me akando emi bra ye bon komo the only advice I mean akando is akando the blade is sure say atu what
best friend
me our brasienti me the finance minister nama every morning met me akoro ni car na didi woni fi uti governance asia the finance minister must be your best friend if you are in government.
But honorable Rebecca said finance minister ewo honomo Emma or mine so when you're the best friend that you're there to work it is a release sika Emma sector ni mejuma ekosoa must that person be your chocho muncho come serve you before and sana say who you the favor but say oh mine also
what can say only experience until you have BBI the experience and number 2 with all your qualification BBI we say nipa finance minister on your machine nipa bia se de bia no pa o show we so na de bia na pa before ba show no ba me so hu ti sen so me hu ye okay maybe say was na me call me ye o de bia hu ti say da wo be hia nkofo mienu mini obi e ka che say hina na ye say hu say nipa no kra na ye wo ye ni 21 so ka say doctor mini obroni ye say one na ye kokko o say doctor no obroni jina yeah so over time and it's not only in Ghana it's across the world intina ye too for them you might be one in Nikrata so the point I'm making is say me say me yes auntie but tna and say okay one na ya finance minister or share mo say bi omo kasa ordinance so me free reps of World Bank ni nyama no omo kra no mo ye IMF ye sika ye ma ye ho djuma and omo say what do I want and I'm say all I want is that make our release a condition to releasing money to the government of Ghana until the and say you catch a Ghana or Washington say you release this Kamawa there are some areas you sure say udisika alcohol now say enrich some threshold that you release subsequent money amount yes I don't know my office not finance far from he me see mo beji sa beji no emma you release first no cap you know just a sky edge yet me be about 50% cross free make free or not you just about 20 or 30% now if you release 70-80% my nyame do me free or cry tia so my na kasa no insurance health almost can you enti sa dina NDC die we say oh yeah brain sika no ye nyina akọ no ma condition dia about Ministry of Finance yo mfa ni nyina ankwa what be better ebese Inti, these are
so do you think say now you free IMF no a bit me
affect me empire bonus say and continue the internet me say and continue minya politics aye no yes see ahondin first apomudin first sika no odi ko a ye de be ye apomudin ene no sika no nyina e ba nti na ya tima bie Mahama case only say Mahama case 20% of insurance scano and a so inti anka ebia you releasing anka untimi ye Mahama case inti say aban cost discussion health mo ya na ye benya ehunfa so inti na ya nkofo adwe yo mo say health no just apomudimpe health ye employment also Mahama case say nkofo ye do wonyina bebre anka yan start omuni ejuma last now you go see a person go for every health insurance no one me the management call me see me papa only say anka 1 year health insurance anka me unemployed she say e maka say Juma health insurance has close to 4,000 workers
but there are people so almost so you know side which become side which is NPP almost waka say Mahama cares because say it is a Ghana Medical Trust Fund, aka Mahama case. A dear Dasono site example, Obama case. The moment any panel be free a bemono. Na literally Sebia from the other side and a beba. I didn't see that Memametswa, you know, be legacy, something car. Instead, see a Mahama case and Komufa infuse with a NHI, even though I don't know, care for a chronic, you know, diseases.
So governments have the liberty to choose names for programs. Me can say President Kufa like MPP wo now health insurance your conditions we are taken care of. They say childhood cancer so kaya. Your time na dey share insurance.
Insurance more.
You dey share because sika no enya otimi hwe yare fufuro. Anka you betimi so enyi no fi akoti fufuro aka say to dey dey Kufa case. Na anka no say discuss cause o mo hwe yare a eye enko te say kukom yare permanent say Mahama can say share non communicable but who say why are buying no or liberty or what make say oh me ko to dim fufuro but my chill mo say all the what do fufuro no scan free insurance scheme and no was out to me into no call parliament e ko yemra no na kai say parliament man no Ghana Medical Trust Fund Mahama case ni dey ye di ye di kai o say or the kai o say on the buy no ndidi mu kakra me say ndidi mu a politics no
praise
na dachi no
but who say the working me boss we say Ghana Medical Trust Fund aka Mahama case but say when you know say Ghana Medical Trust Fund so say bio politics no perception matters most who go down the streets only say you call up until me say oh one and the Ghana Medical Trust Fund ba me bisan go for 10 na be ka say no so ye den but some go for am ka say only say Mahama case ba oh say Mahama case so the minimum say dachi say aban sisa Ghana Medical Trust Fund aban bi ene be ye fi ho will continue because ejuma na ye no eboa o man now so untanti Mahama case there's a Ghana Medical Trust Fund
exactly
oh okay I see now yen share aban eba ye na ukan ye even kwan a wo fa strategy a we see ya a man if you release sika e de mamo e wo you know health insurance be say because any capping into no no boy pharmacies na mo de omoka you know hospitals ahodo aban ba ye wababe we you know capping no do you think say eno no ababe boama anka mabreso no kama ankape anka ebe ko enimu asene se mo cape
o say mama can say Dr. Bampo papa na owo insurance or ya minua penyin excellent guy about health administration na sometimes you know politics no ma ye ni free the work krata so na ye dede kakra
okay
time Dr. Koboy time MPP aban ba power 2016 let's say January 2017 now health insurance almost decay sometimes up to 12 months some of the hospitals almost 1 year amuntua ka and conforming the papers I that say to Ayeka time a doctor me be free health insurance me free all 6 months before you free power da Costa me new doctor da Costa be take you time me be free now almost all hospitals Unse because of health insurance na ejuma no say obi yare a ohwe na nsa na odi ne krata abreye obe hwe na obe ye no ho krata de abreye say o ma hwe Dr. Koboy no malaria me can 100 cedi normally hospitals no krata me di 1 month ansa na sa krata no ebedu ye ho yesu e be di 1 month bi di ahwehwe mu and na health insurance kwa ejuma no say 3 months gap bi o ho a o hwe obi let's say in the month of January ya tua untema onim say be February, March, April. Because you need 3 months to do the paperwork. Tell my doctor, not free insurance. Now, almost all health facilities only have 3 months in free month. Now, virtually in Ayeka. Just say me free hono, me free let's say June now. Hospitals are near payment to let's say March. Yes, to March. Just say 3 months there that's no. They allowed 3 months to do paperwork. Okay. Now, payments are about on schedule, didn't you? Na is because me catch outside na me ko ye no na fe de sika no mitina wa na sho enti da costa so ba ye no da costa na odo na offer hospital say na o krata no mfa mba because sika wo ho enti with all let's politics here dey your fair insurance and now up for some of the private health omomoye hospital ni say o time MPP wo answer na NDC buy na insurance hospitals to say in fact time I mean no ye chase ama onim for the first time hospitals in a press conference onim the omoka omo say a private health insurance for na di omoka na enye national health insurance na private for no nsia ye suban we were paying on schedule. It was the most important thing for me enti amamo say na president Kofo kan no o so onuanu mu na wa ye dem what aso
okay we pledge say you know health insurance no enya de some be compete with a private you know health insurance but uba o my Ghana monso a ban private you know health insurance now is below you know 3%. It's a bra wo be NHI boss ubuaye ema you know private health insurance no e penetrate and I say even though you can't say compete but at the end of the day you know say me many call me die mu ma eyi wo monso de no eto nchen ana.
You said they all say from health insurance na ye regulator yes so na ye regulate private insurance space omo no odi omo bon koma me na me one of the CEOs and me buy omo ka say wow doctor obi ani wa o kasa say me catch omo say party am me free mo no ye believe in say nipa ejuma betre nipa ejuma tre na otimi eji more people jobs that's in private sector and I'm not one of the CEOs I mean who omo say competitors me they should see me as a facilitator and obi ambese me pion mo ejuma no cause we say ye nyina kita different mentality obi wa oba insurance why regulator na chese ono no wet make say we ejuma no why mistake me punish you be report me me suspend you license na me kita sa to me no until you can choose to behave like policeman or true be say me na me kita me and now you can choose to be like obi obeka police obeka just say I'm there for you as a citizen to reach higher heights. And I do my frame. So the same position can serve as an obstacle, or you can use it as a facilitating tool. So maybe one insurance what me for me to say as we speak. In fact, yes. Okay, so the Ametima can say me resolving a lot of the challenges they had. One of the biggest challenges insurance for one say almost hospitals clinics be the yomu dealer and then clinic be cut a cesarean section why am obi omo private for omo met to let's say 5,000 2 months time over cesarean section omo nya bill 10,000 the amount I charge them was not regulated the more mojuma adding okay emma me do omo transi say you be regularize the prices in yama. All I'll say is that to increase private insurance space, you know, we need a lot of education. The internet makers are Ghana for baby or omunji insurance indeed. Enti private insurance no ho. Oko no catch and say oh, we private insurance for maybe 1,000 be more every month. O buy a show wa. Ni ban yare last year enti no. And o made them sick. Na me come on we so a big problem not only with health, with
you know other
in fact car the only reason Ghana for insurance car is police shall not say insurance anyway and yes anchor cars no we insurance
almost so munya problem insurance for you delay with the payment
yes so insurance penetration there nyamia dom a bit change over time ayaye and for education and yensu no I was saying pe kwan bi so na insurance access claims access no enye demystified kakra omunya asem omukoji claims e ya na anu ye we kakra obi ka chem say doctor na me the health insurance be me buy here no omo metua no mo say o metua half no mo say half but say doctor now omo metua one then me go insurance no then so we need a lot of education. And as we speak, I'm being frank. The reason why insurance fund be they are okay with their 3%. And they say, some particular part of society, companies, let's say banks, insure almost staff with some of them. And the insurance company go so EcoBank or share bill and no crash any staff. Now it's in the corner. Exactly. So you will expand.
My main for way interest and free NHI dear. We inherited 16.7 million active NHIS members. Yes. We set a target amount, we set 20 million by end of 2023. But we reached 17.7 million. And then you see, and 20 million reached 20.
Oh, say health insurance, we added over 1 million to the figure and route to 20. Usually, better say, man figure it was so now exactly so anka meti me aka say we pay 18 million no because we 18 crown no we are almost there 70.7 all I want to say is that to add 1 million to your number within a year or a year and a half commendable me pay boni say as we speak my brother Dr. Bampo and the others should also push so that we get to 20 million. Ghana here 30 million people. Me because be a health advocate no meaning say obia won insurance e boa Ghana for be o dey enter oya on hospital ni say insurance kwa na e bo nya di no eno kra onye na today as we speak health insurance sika otua if you are not a SNIT contributor and do 30 cedis it's about 25 cedis say be fache bi o me can say head porter kai obeti me afford 25 Ghana enti o share obi no ni on Ghana health insurance so any sika na problem no ignorance and poor health seeking behavior just say nipa no I don't care enfa no so e o say yempe kwan bi so na yemma obi a wo Ghana ha no onwo health insurance enye insurance for pay juma obi a juma media na me da chi na me bua na me nya position bi a me influence no so che health minister me advice penyin no say Ghana ha own insurance and what's a ultimate cry. There are some things you should not be able to access. Electricity and what's a ultimate talk. Abu Chesa no more. Now own insurance what to electricity odi air fund of you know. Also now why she I want to show. So outside that's what they do. Me can say me call me master's program or Germany. Me call first class, me call class first. Now me just say I will be some school fees and because I'm in charge school fees. Me one obi me say me. First time I ever me health insurance way. Na me say I'm for we. School fees no here.
Health
insurance every lecture about class come and show your health insurance. Teacher them be so be say I say omo krom no say bibi too. Na you say insurance. Nipa obenya asem ye dey why employer. So we a student, we employer. The institution. Nto mo mpe problem. Nti your man obi a odi ni bisa say insurance we answer na waje o. Oni bi obey bi ama. That's what we have to do in this country. And nothing I'm comfortable with accident now. You don't do hospital or be a person of sure. Because Ghana will pay about here. Ocean for 10, maybe a 3-4 pen and one insurance.
It's insurance.
And the same year is now the new hospital. Wow, one hospital. What our boka? You make us say deposit is car and sana share.
Okay. And we appreciate it. Say even though one thing me to target, but once I will add on a plus. Now you should see Sawua. Any Afari.
Yes.
We share both. Maybe we generally what buying and I say August 2024 dear. Now message media. As January 2025, both hospital nina dear na ye so. 2026 we share cath doctors are more pressure about one more so recently more cancel more call strike. Maybe na agent say gapa a woman and kasa 2 hospitals bit me absorb said there pressure no bit me a few almost so now Dr. Kobo ubejia to mu say you made a promise to me and for failure
on say matter was on say government is a continuum na Sawua ni Afari no omo a part of about let me see 1 2 3 4 5 omo a part of 6 hospital projects yes starting here discussion started President Kufuor time, but time I signed Krata saying Shaseno was 2014. From 2009, idea no buy no some Egyptian company. Only Papa President Kufuor tina see my chest okay. Places I am for hospital in Konyamana. Time I hear paperwork you go no and I you free abamu 2009. Emma 2010, 11, 12 na ye ehu Konabra. Emma 2014 a project in start here. But you only in the entire HA Kakrasa no. Na ye project are worth $339 million. And yes kakitua. E yankofon ni enya botere and share details no. O mind be a uko committee almost $400 million into a project ubi we ni. Uhwe krata no ye ko finance ya kwaba. And he started 2014. Yeah, because nkofo be hwe me omo nim say project we started during Sebi NDC President John Dramani Mahama 1. Now, nkoko account, tepa account, chufi praso account, konongo dumase account, Sawua account. Misrao, ye kasai eye, where hospitals are NDC aban started yo. Me be so mo madri omo say oh, ye ba e de bibia NDC ye fire sanka. Where hospitals are ye started 2014. Nkoko ye 2021 and I hand you over man nkoko for. Now, only him say, Ayeka is in operation. Obi wa on from Koko. The way Eurojet project Tepa 2021 I already know Tepa mine. Obi tier from Tepa obi from Wakacho. Only ye Tepa no. Tepa phone him say President Mahama time na ye start here. Into omo di sasi da no man. Now so ye be we nso no asida me be here then e kan. In fact, make can we on authority say Tepa county and ene nya omo MP no ye MPP ni. Former Nadmo.
Okay, hospital now completely
yes.
Contributing to the victory.
Yes, because election na 24 na demand, but hospital no e ma te perform say mabo modin ade amobetu ya musu mudi mahon dia iden ahyem. Enti Konongo 2022 na area Konongo district there no eno so one of the ones I started President Mahama time. Point na me ye say obi sha ase na obi hwe a osu asida no bi eden account na my sister contractor back on all 6 hospitals out of 6 no you 4 and you 2 and an same eden e wo ho unsa one come say a obi be free say wo die now Sawua so no time I bar power 2017 now I hear about 50% of Sawua patoti 50%.
Okay,
yesu ye di awon di shemu kakra ye be free or civil works 2024 you free no 97%. Chelsea hospital na eden edu Dr. Koboy me did 6 months of Ministry of Health. One of the hospitals I made the year me target Sawua. Doctor, Sawua hini me no tell me do tinano. Eba ni saying through Sawua hospital. He is one of the most progressive chiefs Amesia. Or the ukasa or chen MC. On in contractor no date or buy juma na bi edu niam mu hia. Me can we obi team from Sawua. Me can call for me pa Dr. Napocho me di Napo ye meeting as energy minister. Emma ye transformer electricity station.
Because me baba be ba ho no mo.
Yes.
Because now war energy for the cabinet.
Yes. Yes.
And then one of the things on raising ye be say delay in power we say.
Yes.
So because once I war no nti and then no man resolve.
Me ba ministry no. Me can say sebio because me buy no dia owo before me buy na bia wanye juma bia. But point am ye ni say Macho say time I buy na 50%. Un say asem wan chiema. Obi be fi say bia e be to no ho na ye dey feel enti sa na e 50%. Che say adwuma na ye fa. Ya pia sa ko do 97 na che say we dru no. Na onim dey see here. Na ye nema miensa, my sister. Na e ma Sawua. Okoboy ba 6 months no. Na ye ntimi nkom nema miensa. Number 1, say no mo see ye here transformer for only the hospital. Then to me, you see the normal electricity also Sawua man. It me call Napo Kosre no say Napo Misrao. Napo was very progressive. Napo fair ECG in a meeting with me. Fair VRE. And my instruction say they should send transformers and say, my sister middle can say obi will say you beka cho. And son if you are buy mo you just see power station no man Sawua. Number 1. Obi afro beka cho. You see what Sawua a hospital in me call mu for your inspection. It said they want to do grid power station. It was Sawua me de ukasai. Min Chantro. Yes.
What's mo you do 97?
97. And the civil works. Just a dying machines. Me call mama me say we are me do hini no call every room echo machines ye di rubber akata ho enti me try oni ma miensa amaya nipa kom one power station no before e be wie no na more or less no say wo aban ma wo ye na mreso ko na ye wie power station. Second one omo kwan eba ho ye pe I think one of the contractors for Kumasi ema o man na kwan no ye kama eba hospital no. The third one contractor no sebi
road
no for the hospital
okay.
O see ye di ne kabi some $6 million
Kabe bosso Afari say what delays caused by inherited ICU economy where Nawane chairman Emma Parliament Select Committee on Health Dr. Market Nawane and the worker and which sikasem and so ebe musasi wo financial constraints
kan sikasem na ye bi ba me bubu na ye easy
okay
we share hospital kase bi wo o cost home from Koforidua Eastern Region Hospital na you started see hospital ultramodern for Eastern Region na a loan na NDC time Ghana call debt exchange program no more e ba ni say sika debt loans are service na ye stop here na ye patch us mo year reorganization mai e ma project bia na wo the loan e si no e kan project no enti Eastern dey no e kan no say we dey no enye make say enye classically like that cause start a check enti na the AC yen say project check more than maybe I was saying in 3 years but from 2014 to 2024 no na on say almost 10 years esa obe hu no na sika I was saying ma contractor no loan I dey man almost ni na den akọ 6 million we o kan obe wa kọhwe no ejuma bi I was on here biom because I dey na den ache and some of the cost exactly now you see my dear yendi ehunu kwari as of mine 6 project I 340 million. One Ghana, my mean kind is because I started to from Mahama up to Nana.
Maybe we say Afari.
Yes, Afari. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now ya what ya 300 and almost 30 million. Aka $6 million. Only baby doctor. Me the finance ministry here meetings.
We invested $312 million.
Yes, it's a lot of money. The Akano. Imagine the amount that has gone in any the Aka 6 million. Me the finance ministry here meeting. Problem I me face here no, I can't do FACB. Me do ni kwero. Me will have to show how we can finish these hospitals.
Okay.
I'm not interested in the blame. Problem I me face here ni say, uko finance for her. Na uka chomu say e kabi owa. Unse normally I two already in the budget oh. Already in the budget no. Obewo contingency ska contingency say ade bia na ni krata to na so ehia. Enti sabi 6 million we Eurojet loan na yedi tua no me see time na yedi atwem into be no scanning na papers no scanning na yedi ama but so man no benya hospital no faso a ye hia 6 million bia e wo say ye nyam free ya yedi emo na finance minister bia say enya ade a me kire o secret no enya ade a president afre say me sire o we enyi ni krata so a waka say odi shem na so 6 million ma contractor no na onyiwe na yenkoma so one nya sa back na we a health minister nipa be yew sa that's what is happening to Akando
unto oni sa back no
you need a coalition I'm telling you
okay so you have been there before
yes so you see me kind of backing but maybe I'll use the term that kind of support or help help is the word why am I saying help is the word what's in a finance health ministry who dey say who share certificate and pack contract na ejuma who dey say hospital no person running why already so the new person by only 6 million who generate sika or help to what from finance minister say mesrel mitiatu asie sika no ye ni line bi aya kire no sewia because Eurojet can you started disbursing from President Mahama you see a disburser just a loan na we ejuma na wakoji we ejuma by now no ya gia den enwi
but still I nejuma no so
because of time na apa ho no we say yet we start a few be say few we 100,000 is you be see in 2 years so 4-5 years now we ya ejuma bi o say enko echi na ye ni niama and 6 million by but ya vet ya say 6 million no say be correct enti the be massa scan ya tu ani say this wanya president as say bi o fa chani oye obi aya convincing you about the agency and they need to go out of his way. I'm saying out because you don't have that expenditure but Rebecca say go into contingency take out money and do it if I met the Eurojet contractor me inform ejuma dia me share 3, 4, 5 times Say be me try say me haran kakra. Papa call see doctor. Me won near my report. And na me do say contractor na o see Afari ni Sawua no. Me machines report. O see doctor me won near my report. O ma me scar. Eyi kra be edin. Ebi kra demorage account. Inti all I'm saying is that Ghana, me and my position is that we have what it takes to find 6 million, bring the whole thing to a close and move it. Me a power station, no, in my effort to push. In fact, me the Sawua ini koho, and my kasem, me the amini kasa ono so na pressure ono so. Inti ene yenya president Akando. This is how we can solve Sawua problem. Akando must be in a meeting with finance minister, with President Mahama and Attorney General. Then I make Attorney General. Contractor no sometimes never be or can who anu ye. And apart from 6 million no, munya we sumami. E bi ni krata aso. But
omunya dey and so emma.
Oh, say or contractor. Let me make say oh, demorage achi machine bi. Enti no so just way. But we be krata aso no na eni so sa. Once who say contractor can na Ghana so can be pe. We hear Attorney General in the meeting. Na ya ka say papa wan ko ye ade na suban we wan hwa. Yeah, the call arbitration and mediation. Okay. And yeah, so there are few issues to be, but issues no so compared to a Juma Eden Akoso. And so it can be done. Now, Adibakwa Mekani say politicians, Yensu and Kakra. Who say about 2017? Yeah, my pressure Kakra and Sana ABA University of Ghana Medical Center. Now, a Juma Kakra or Kai was saying here. But sometimes, no politician, I do say, I do we are nipa we are jidin sano. Mirisa mahon di kwa ko shemu ne ye a eche no de ebe kan say hwe adwuma kama ye look
the glory in the past, you know.
Remember practical example Ufa Lekma hospital hospital in chain me see insurance bank see wo ho me starting e money bebre e start to am wusi but new CEO no buy e na o catch contractor and say my busy me ba anka dan here wi. Now we want to contract CEO no or a senior school. Into more the me bon come and sending message. Dino or see your building very nice. It's our building. Because if you had not paid, Anka it will be a white elephant. Sometimes Obia in your Obia na dream to say Sana bampo yard no. Obia about say me can say sana candle you. But sometimes can be a candle. If other people in the government I can't bet make say you like say na also you di say we here I could for the crack commission yi. Only 5 million 6 million question obi ani obebo odi. But let's forget about that. And ne Sawua start here juma opompo ebebo president Mamadin because ono breso and ade na edeba. I'll put this word. MPP who score on health we didn't get 100%. You can say 70. Sa 30 na anya no Sawua ya operationalize be count. Until we are buying now we are the opportunity we missed, you would have captured it. So this government should see things like Sawua as opportunities that we missed, that they can take advantage of. Hospital now. President Mahama next start here. Now NMS hospital. Challenges ba hun say na way challenges aba ho. Na da ye commission hospital no. E ka kan kana me nka say me nsu mu nka sa de no baby
goosebumps I was saying.
I'm telling you. The chief, Kumewu chief anopai nana unkwaso. Okache Kufado say nana me ye odeni na otena no. Nana atena. O say me na me ohini first o ye president me ba ho. And I make catch say Kumewu onwa Mahama na start here na so me njan to form. I'm saying this on record. Kumewu for be fair akache o. O say nana matete wo sa ene wo so waba ye bie nana unkwaso. Nana me ye odeni. If obi shasi na odi wa ho di shemu a nipa no na refio.
Well, it be so can say 8 years. Said the wakano.
Yes.
That time, President Mahama won.
Yes.
Na womo eshase even woman even backstory the eshase ya. And within that 8 years no. Honorable Mwintimi
Yema mienu na meka. Unse uka 8 years a fa che me. Obi wo nim say na ade no wo 50. And I hear about 50 and 97.
But 50 dear. Obi dey go 50.
Anything I make say we had our missed opportunities. Missed opportunities say idea and ka bia obetimi better than you did. But don't forget Ghana for Sebio munye kwasiafo. Vote ya vote ye out no.
Eno ka ho.
Obi udemeba obi wo ha ohun say why free SHS ampa. Ohun say bia obi Lekma road mo ampa. Na so bia office Sawua. O sure say na also Sawua identity na wo che won sa. Okay, me yi we fi ho. Sad na ya na NDC for air pointed to your wrongs no. the best way citizens actually say one bomb or problem is through their word votes. So we are a group. We have already been punished more or less for some of the opportunities we missed. Now me Ghana fonti na me kasa no. Me obi anka me di anka de ekoso me di ayedi me kasa. Oni de ntia. Suban wei de ekoso wo trade. Ekoso wo wabieja. Ekoso wo sewia na fa no. Anka nye Ghana fo anka me di. In 3-4 years there are many people if Suban will continue omo two ma ban we beka ten say Suban unua no dan di I am peno osusana nti back and forth on Mboa Ghana say na president Kofo to me for no we want to make progress yeah be up to 97 kakra me okobo mi go power station o me nyanka I would have operationalized. I'll give you one example before I forget. Laura omo hunu na order form nyanko fa ni crazy no me papa ko be mpena sempa me buy na NDC health insurance office e Laura 4-5 years away then small one and me free contractor no sana me emeju contractor bra procurement bra finance bra what's the problem I will change the doctor papa we are change scanning now but we DB contractor no nti otimi wie me see contractor yan pa o see doctor problems na e buy na me ana o say me press scan am for you because papers to dey charm me nya let me see what's the problem see doctor cash flow akahi or see I think 100,000 me count on record me na me call press coming from friends say me for man also you are the building or be mami and no can consume up to any but I wanted
it's out of a pocket and I said or minor
no for or minor 20k
until while private
yes,
mobilizing
because that's the way I work a juma no 95 akosu contractor super I don't know where car me na me man is car Emma Laura me di ohini ni kopie me sika na consume na so me do Laura pena me niaji. Sometimes you must be personally involved in pushing a project and there are occasions when you need help. You see you need help when money must come for finance others must help you and that's why mimi nyaya yen nyina be ka bomu say e bia aka no once the claim is genuine let's find the money and operationalize the place.
Okay me I dey we be ye enkomo a na especially oman for reps omo aban mu ene mo so mo side bo se wo hie omo ka mo invest 2024 mo make huge investment 312 million in agenda 111
yes.
Na ejuma cost of 96 out of 104 hospitals no na mo ye mo kan e ka say oh e bi ohonoma 97 percent completion bi ohonoma 60%. Hospitals do say na on records mo beka say mo free abem mu no mutimi e complete ya nurses and doctors e wo mo yeduma na none of them na mutimi e bi
unse politics sometimes your map kasa no doso na akoy say die ye nye hwe NDC MP binyaye but yes ema Ghana for who politicians on faso enti me efutu am do man say ma politics on ember from kakra na yen stay to the facts who said those times what me show me not ekufado die oba in hospital bakupo on see ya kan say atra na so komo na na ma be na iden esi there were some 12 hospitals. In fact, 10 polyclinics are VAMED. Ostati was the year. I think Ostati in 2016. 2016 President Mahama first time no na. VAMED. Nini na you're completing almost all.
You're part of Agenda 111.
No. Agenda 111
Agenda 111.
Okay. Now, who say your choir obi ka asem na wagu ejuma wa nyina ho fi politics na enu ye di per vote e ba se o person bo Ghana fo a e wo se onimbre na won ye ejumaden me kirem Ekufado or investing almost $350 million. It's not small money in not so about 106 projects. Obi say, oh doctor, I didn't want to choose 2030 B.
Exactly.
Obi
yes. You focus on that, complete it. Now start it all pretty.
Madam, Obi cancer on carbon. But Dr. Koboy, I am catching for say, now me free consult you, now me about politics. Masuya nema bebre. Any krataso, you say you are a practitioner. Practitioner says, oh, mu, and you be behind here obvious. Only the enterprise Mama air to AC 260 market no. Why didn't he build 30 for start? I'm waiting. You know why? Project will hot now behind here be only 2 tables super. Also, oversee district hospitals. Why your assessment? Say 100 districts in all Ghana. Sorry, there were about 88 OD regional hospitals in Yamakawan and about 100. In Gofo be name Agena 101. Not 7 regional hospitals account. The 6 ones and I think Western Night the back count. My dear, why your assessment? Say 80 districts in the proper district hospital. Now, imagine what happens when you're a president. Now we say, okay, 80 no, me starting in our pre-kwa. If you are scanning pressure, so until me starting 20. Out of 20, no man choose lejukuku, my jumpy crawl, my jumpy tema, but my choose are down any boom, and I'm a jumpy pram, and I'm a choose Cape Coast North, but my jumpy south. You know what happens, Mr. Practical problem. I want to say, ubeti me a situation where I am phone yama. It me sorry to say aba we no ye no asem there o chusu sewia so onya district hospital e na waja man from enti omo ka say ada na Akufo-Addo anye kaka aba na anye kaka no me sremo. I'll be frank, is the practical pressure that comes with why are you leaving me out? Why this district and not me? Start all of us the same. Now there are small risk involved with that. Small risk I say one share pressure by then also. But the end kakra with all the pressure no nyamia dom number of hospitals are OSHA structure me see structure now up almost roofing level all the machines in were about 60 or so 60 about 25 were above 80%. Above 80% in 6 months they can all become hospitals. Oh dear, me can anyway me had some press conference about a year ago and I can say because I ban when finish all the 100 hospitals and now Nipano is not being fair to President Mahama because me I'm a reasonable person. But the can say 20 now across the 80% now within 3 to 6 months. And that's not Daniel Hospital. Miss Joe, take the opportunity that we missed and let those communities feel your presence here through Wuno Omanya Hospital, my dear. $345 million in Akufo-Addo sinking the projects. Ghana for contractors. I know most of them. When I say most of them, at the ministry, I have the list. Omo workers.
Okay.
No more ya bay juma.
Until as at the time, I don't move for bay no more dear. The other can say maybe 80%, 70, 60%. But a be a new one they are not 100%. I started operating.
Unse. Makacho say sa kasano kasa yedi gu ejuma ni na ofi. I know where it's coming. They don't talk about all the ones aka na nyamia dom na aye amewi. Unse obia ye juma for 4 years. Was see hospitals be say the only way you want to judge the person is say dey na nipa kom onim say odi wa won di kakra kom a nipa be kom a it's not being fair. Ebi American say 3 trade we will be and I think some other one and ye di machines never shame. Obi a opesa onye mischief no you be can say also see 100 it's any 3 meanwhile behind the casano you have 20 hospitals and please one community has a population of let's say a district average has a population of let's say 50,000. If one is 50 on the average, it means that when you multiply 50 by 20 that's 1 million. There are 1 million people in this country in 6 months they'll go like wow yanya abain. Men can't be behind this crowd. Ghana are buying a home for so. Why don't we take this opportunity? Make Kasanu for almost 2 years. Look, I'll repeat. The opportunities we missed. If this government behaves in a funny way, they will also miss the opportunity. Now, just before I forget, something just crossed my mind. Very, very important. Ose, yes, I listened to an NDC communicator. I think one of your sister stations. Or can be na ema me hu die ntia ebimu omo drag you feet towards Ajanawa. O say Ajanawa na ya dey ama MPP contractors no. Ya ngo ti omo na omo nya ska for omo party. This is the thinking. I will not say President Mahama, but maybe by some of the NDC guys at the table. Politics, new experience. Some decisions are taken on by one person. It's at the table. Discussions also. So I dream say before it means that deep down, all these facilities will go to waste. My dear, when him say Ajadawa one, Koka jina, Yan Tiaswa, when him say intimi kochi contractor biya, sebi in quote. Contractor waye juma, I do 70% see coffee, no be coffee. But many it means that close to $350 million has been sunk into a project. Not project, it will go to waste. It's not the way to go. Mimi, me pa aban wicho. More muntie the hardliners. Politics are hardliner. Hardliner will be because a woman said, forget. This was on air. I don't FM. What's here? Project and NDC MPP contractors. That's the thing. My prayer is that if that's the thinking, the reasonable ones should change the mindset. Now, majority of the funding for Ajanawa one, not every petroleum sky enya. About we buy no, almost all that sikano or they are called big push. Me can't say a big push at the bunny, but it's just to tell you that the reason why the project has stalled is not because we don't have money, but it's about reprioritization of this government. Okay. Now I'll beg the government say. So
the government's not prioritizing big push
over. Yes. So big push. I think it's over. I think last year they spent. I stand to be corrected about 20 billion. So they hope to spend about 30 or so billion a year. Even just 30% of that money, some 3 billion. Each hospital, those that went above 70%, needs about 50 million Ghana cedis to finish. 50 to 100 million.
Okay, ma'am, we have a medical, doctor, Maminji opinion on a crisis, a course, so 61 patients in 37-bed ward.
Yes.
A opinion, my, instructions, kakra, a health minister, Eddie Baye. CEO Nasamo Kayene say, that was the best practice in patient safety worldwide. Minister and so is of the view to say this is the directive from the president into and say obia ebuso in a way the two no obia can the nokre and the SSA the two is it too we medical practitioner bibi say esia e dia de na wusu say and kai say one CEO na fe two minister no so na mo two
the president directive say my hospital be and 10 away patients no any bonny but oko other places are say president my directive sir and now your a station and hospitals be brave over corner instead of for 10 say capacity for 10 now 20 30 40 president me can say me movie obi apeche say there must be a planner sikaka cry there account yedi ebia waka sanu na waka say wo kokolebu a omo emergency ni take 60 but the $1 million be na Ghana cedi bi mo na 2-3 blocks be wo no yem bie na yem fan ka de wo no over 37 na omo take 40 yedi bibi there must always be some plan to make sure say directive na mano it is easy to implement.
Okay,
now my sister remember one practical example okpo G e won na me training here na omo emergency ni take 30 na nko 400 na wo ha we a doctor na o show bi wo ha o gina wo nan so ko on your bed wa bu mu na wo hwe no e wo form na o ma wo switch na o si ya o ya obi si wo wechi. How long would you be in such a thing? And the question make be say wo our my sister ni say 40 a na ma he na edu afi de nyame kra nim say eh uma directive say don't send away. What will happen is that patients be feeling for emergency akọ dru bantama pono na no nti mesre yeah, emotional about some of our problems. There are deep challenges that we, the politicians or minor, must come on board and help.
Okay.
CEO, no, administratively, my brother can't say, oh, yeah, my directive. And I was in the open, no, mean challenging on that. But nipa de odi delay me. Normally, me share butaya odi ade. Ebia. Akumapemu no person unji nkwabi but because the Kasadi president there a clash here no say odi penyinya say ma una wafum but maybe we could have found a way to handle the situation. I mean me because of maybe I'm a background, which other way? If I'm a fair work or them catch as a massa, the why you know, what will president in Tiao? President see more beyond 10 years away. Also, what the cancer 10 years away. Yeah, Janice, now I said the president granted Casa no yet. No wait. Until me catch all the mayor. Maybe I will even call. Or mom call strike say we could have called all of them in our meeting. Now me to grandma say anything. President at say o see mo bi ama. Or no so oye man pin say man Casa. Now compromise is okay. Metro letter say this we fear president him into your mouth serious warning. You have further training in communication so that you know how to communicate. A Pierre will say, hey, Papa no say or the president will crash you. Your man warning so by in addition to one can say man training on communication because about medical practice in their way excellent. But on your Pierre
but say communication e but mama juma no so and communicate.
No, you don't get it. You see, as for what happened
okay, well so also work under the instruction.
Exactly. You see, as for what happened here in terms of patient management, you know, the CEO ni here no or here to boy anything I'm saying me do be delay me show about time.
You know you well, you know, best practice.
Oh, say now me ejuma o chebi. Say accident be see o chebi now me emergency here full. Now me share say for the next 10 hours. We met me assure me na 10 hours each no. Met me free ambulance for no say. Munya case be munko we mami if any say any maybe you call mami. And you say me person be sure mo ba wo be share me o chebi o be won say ampa nkofo 50 edame.
But a panel, medical, you know, practitioners, I don't know, say a misconception, but people are of the view, say, to be a health minister, you need to be a medical practitioner. And yes, Sanas will be free outside. Eba behead mono, move for straight, ni panoa. We medical practitioner, no creepy woman.
Minim doctors be brave, why be more, no one person medical health. Is because you cry or mono. You be Muslim person you call health ministry because I don't mind a beyond medical. It's because me attitude is different. Me Makalo said the first nipa me prioritize you or make you want me a nipa.
Okay.
Enti me no be obe say me meye ebusuan first and sana ma start you man. Me say me bra candle he is doing his best. Society be a sebi o fachem I say omo adisua ne omo nimdie wo enim no odi omo dealer you have to be tactful that's the word.
Okay.
Look you say you catch yourself koye leader for Ghana Lawyers Association nkofo omo asua mra omo so omo dwuma argument no omo ye you see be omo leader and we say the first thing him say bibia obe no odi omo be bo nkomo because on first decision we bet na 20 rates obi wa challenge you cross up so on say fit say so the say sebi me call kolebu no anything obi frame say doctor o papa person on this store car I have about 3 different calls.
But do you think say a bano GMA any health you know minister na gap e wo montem?
Oh, for now no I can say the relationship can be improved. That's how I put it. O say
gap at the home.
No, say me communication we dey change you know confirmation. Me I do PR.
Gap at the home man. Of course I dey know it's so glaring now. Because I see I work what can send you a war and can be free panel even the people on strike and all that.
So sometimes your action can be right. The Akando is a political appointee. He is carrying out the instructions of his boss, the president, which is what you must do. But the question now is that how do you go about the right action, which is to show the subordinate say you have wronged the president, but at the same time not incur the wrath of all this. I'll give you a short example. Kolebu, time na me person me adjust system na me say share. Omo pra word scrum do mo ye meeting. Kreta bi eni wa che say wodi omo pra word be meeting. But na me nim say gidigidi be start ya dey omo na ye dey. Start. Onim say me won na nkofo do fam say doctor. We are we say mpejifo we are wodi omo di no. Omo be ka che say hwe dey we omo no omo nye gidigidi. E na ka che omo so omo kwa ansa na asem ya chi omo mu da. So yes, my dear, any power juma.
NTC say me can say literally we now hand it over Edema Honorable Akando because now occupy same position. Idea na we say en koyi kra e mana afa I mean how wo ye nima ye poorly managed and idea henso na beka say e ho ye ne strength into 1 year ne ho na baby e poor no so or improve.
No, I think eba implementing or more manifesto like this Mahama cares, free primary health care, were very active in making sure say they will put some of their promises into action. And no no yeah, Emma good favor before the president and before your people, as in your party followers. The supervision also of all the agencies, you know, in terms of how for the control or let's say your presence must be felt. I think he's done well also when it comes to feeling his presence. Because I think the only place that there's room for improvement is the perception of somebody with health workers. It can be improved. There are ways we can do it. So I've had some discussions with him. Yes. I mean, look, now this is on the side. Minya pickups be, and I'm afraid Ghana America Nurses Association perpetual. I'm not a leader. Unzo mo start your money man easy. Near minister no deputy no. We say no ma adwumamenu TV for the bia. Ti one na me friend say perpetual bra. Mo association no. Some be here pick up on na me wa fresh pick up ma o. Me ma we. So there are informal ways to try and relate.
To deal with them. I see. Mami Kaya DB Mami Nkoti Awa Muhammad backing his chairmanship bid on Awa Ayeka say, and I quote, "This is the first time a former cabinet minister is contesting for regional chairmanship in Greater Accra. We lost over 500,000 votes. Now we are down for 5 seats. So we need new energy." Dr. Okoboye, now any MP bill now, why Greater Accra regional, chairman?
My contested 3 parliamentary elections in Accra. I was a candidate in 2016, 2020, 2024. Mahu said na sebi niama ya eboa ya my win seat because my win be da. And mahu niama ya Emma ya boy ya humodin even if we didn't win like 2020. And mahu de ya Emma ya from kra. Me wojide say we asi ebia odi agro kakra o say onko wini. Me pese niama amasua ewo form eba elections no. Me from Bra region na 34 is ekita 4 or 5, just about 5. Obi say 4.5 because bagu de anka cry. So omo buy no my omudie. I also want to bring the amasua no. Na me family nyama ewo Accra constituency executives, coordinators, party for any ejuma na sebio ebia ya won dia kofo makodu na yemma ye ho so embraso. Na say Ghana politics no. Se we party no one bomodi wa Accra this over power. So Accra has become like the route to power. Enti obi to cry from say doctor I don't want to pose me or so na me say oh yeah they start from fie. Me free region ha. Ti me pese me nwa mo ye dagati fo, me nwa mo ye srimfo, omo ye say evers aigufo nkranfo fantifo me inform nyina Accra na be frafra obi awo ha. Pese me inform nyina anya adwumaden na ye no nyam no ensa embassy. And into na missing me back regional elections.
I see. Inti say Nyamea Domna 2028. When you saw the huni, some mobile bemo, sa amba, ujina be a wahefa.
I don't know one shall see with a bar.
And say,
Oka says I'm bar, no mama kuma, a tree back. There's a position in the chair. Who said the woman say? Bible say a dabakun it is say 1,000 years before God, and 1,000 years is like this. Sakasano is to tell you say nipano apotre here.
Okay.
Minyanka ne ya power. But nyamine ni say 2028 whichever time o. It will say yen mendi me hunu kwai. Min sum party we ni ma hondi. Na da nyame beka say mun sambra himfie no. Ye be hwe ejuma ema ye di.
Okay. Enti Ayeka CEO no. Yen stating and now say suspension and so engineer.
Adria no kita ne nyeboni. Enti e reinstating na ebeboa.
Okay.
In fact, me call Kumasi some few weeks ago. Me di no kotna joint bi anajo. Emma ye bon komo winam e di bibi kakra e kan. Na ye jitu mene no. Me ka see you know. Say you we ka say NDC na so e mini papa.
Oh, okay.
Enti mi ka che ni say ade chia ye nkodi fufu. E na onu chia me joint bi ago say ono Kumasi. Mr. T friend 12 on 1 on from Saturday anajono. I think Sunday we may free Kumasi na meeting. There our theater from Anapano to time na our frame. Or one of the best trauma surgeons in Ghana.
Oh.
Onya accident. All those you they are surgeons are more catching is a way they just obey. That's the kind of person or a hardworking man. Into the make say me share adwena okita. Say adwena your papa influence kakra wo no ye mfa nye gidigidi.
Okay, one policy I will be admit to say NDC yade wo ho yeden.
Oh, policy NDC by policy ben. Now wait me ho ba ko bia na.
Me bisa o je wo no.
Meju na bikaya na ma.
Okay, ena mo so no policy amo so mu faili ya mo ntimi. I'm the one.
I so be shot I can say dey bomb body pa. Now what body friendly here. Now we buy a friendly straight out. What your headlines no obi aka say okubo ko tina UTV. O see NPP when they friendly here. But me can dey bomb dey na e dey no balance kakra.
Me be dey friendly. And I know so they be ni.
Oh, I think no cramming can say failure. A step back when you take here now. Young communicating well and fact Ghana for and call along your action the dissolution and reorganization of the banking sector.
Okay,
because you share and say didn't the go bank me wa obe ko mu nipa o ni bank no e na o mo di sika no e ba na de agro ama wa pe kwan bi so aye wakadri but the bank no go a o man no but we didn't carry Ghanaians along. Anka before na eba so no be call omoa no mo share exactly. We didn't do well in carrying alone, and we paid dearly for it. I think that is one policy.
Okay.
We didn't.
And the hardest decision you took as a health minister?
Was there any hard decision? The hardest decision was to hand over and go into opposition.
I see. Me no sorry so.
Yeah.
Say ubetimi isenka beba say ubetimi akọ back to 2020 a enka dia pa nanka ubeye no so different ama omanfo mo legikuko.
2020 no. Oh. One say going back in life and what that much. Wow. All I was saying is say my picky experience politics pe and ultimately catch up say family phone so check I only more come say own so is that's what I say and that's what I want to bring to support my other parliamentary candidates say this is a grower obi butimi fu a onya no hwe now instead of obi say then am I no catch up say fa che me and that is what I would say there are a lot of people are me who say no mudi won sem ntokwa conflict kakakra e kauna party nankasa over time ya hondin eba form uko hwe mu a in fact baby o afa no mo frame doctor ye nnuanu mu ma de atwam no ntwam me wona no omode wo ko a de din udwu a onti ase ba ma ba tua say nipa odi nipa de ile a sa nya ma no etime eden esi and that's why they say no they say the bed and say obenya say you can't get to me say why am I me go no o si my body cry mean bisa cry say dem say fa chemi na me cry me yefun so and then you move forward.
And this is say the nyame aduma greater cry.
Yes, na me fa ofiti so na me ndawase na me nse me nyama mu nkran nyina nkranfo say obia say Dr. Koboy say na me nwa awal ma me ndarasi oboa me with the campaign. Say doctor me kan say obia anye na edwuma yie the American say ye di ahonden fufuro ba ye di ahobrase fufuro ba ye di inimdie fufuro ba na ye nyina ye dwumaden a se na no na president Mahama tene fi a ohwe TV ai na odi NDC fu abai saa na yesu impuni mpu ye hwe kakra na yesu abai dwuma kakra wa abai
dog ye be da se na
pe production team am ta akosefa ho ba ha de ya catch me say mpanyifo na eba ha ntina ka me twem di na ka me twem di chama na ka de bia ma be sra